Okay, so welcome to this weird, I'm a flamingo mingle. We are not normally on at 8:30 p.m. on a Friday. I appreciate all of you guys for showing up out on a Friday and giving up your Friday evening. But I'm super excited about this new app that I found, that is a customer relationship management app that is hopefully going to help us bridge that gap where we're missing from Amy. So those of you who've been around a while know that Amy was a follow-up system that had partnered with Scentsy, and synced with our workstation, worked flawlessly, and then Amy went under. They didn't get the funding that they needed to continue developing and couldn't pay their peeps. So they had to close their doors in August of last year. So we have been without a follow-up system, I shouldn't say a follow-up system, an automated follow-up system since August of last year. Side note, if you hear my child screaming, my office is right next to her room and she is very unhappy that she has to go to bed tonight. So if you, I'm going to move you guys down, but if you are not on a separate device from your phone, just keep in mind that you are going to be utilizing your cell phone for this. Doe is an app that you can download from the App Store, or if you are on an Android device, you have to do some sketchy shiznit to get the app. But if you're on an Android device, all you have to do, I can't see that, Cinderella. What am I looking at? Yeah, Doe Simpler CRM. That's the name of it. Yep. So it is a customer relationship management app that is functioning currently very similar to how Amy functioned. I will tell you guys, there are some things missing from this app that Amy did have, and I'll kind of give you an overview of what I've seen. I've been using it for the last week or so, and I have found that it has helped me a lot with follow-up. I'll tell you some of my pros, some of my cons, but the biggest thing is going to be playing around with it. So I am going to share my screen with you guys, if it'll let me. Yep, share my screen. Just screen share. Start broadcast. Okay, hopefully nobody sends any dirty things to me while I'm doing this. Okay, so this Doe app right here. How do I make the, can I make this go away? What am I doing? You are sharing screen. Okay, that's what I want to do. There we go. Can you guys see the whole screen? Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's my first time sharing from my phone. So, and I can only see Erica's face. So that's great. For Erica, she's like, what the hell? Okay. So I'm going to move Erica down so I can show you guys what's going on. Can you see yourself on my screen, Erica? Yeah. Well, can you is your face in the way? I don't know how to make you go away. Oh, there you go. I swiped you away. Bye. Okay. So, so this is what you'll see on the home page of Doe. And as you can tell, it has a little calendar up here at the top that shows you what day today is, February 10th, and any important tasks you have that need to be addressed today. When you first launch Doe, one of the things you will see, I'm actually going to see if I can get into my, add myself on my computer to Zoom so I can see what everybody's talking about and see the chat. But anyways, what you'll see is blank when you first get into Doe. The good part I've found about Doe is that it walks you through step by step on how to import your contacts. So it's going to have you import your contacts from Facebook, Instagram, if you had an Excel spreadsheet, so on and so forth on how to import your contacts. I will do up a step-by-step clicking to show you guys how to get your contacts off your workstation. But first con that I have found about this app is that it does not automatically sync to your workstation. Okay. So it's not going to automatically sync and show that you have an order like Amy did. It's like, you know, when you would get an order on Amy, you didn't have to automatically create a task. It just automatically popped up. You're good to go. Hang on, let me open Zoom on here. And recording in progress. Ew, stop. How do I turn the volume down? Ew. Okay, there we go. Now I can see everybody. So the one thing that I noticed different is that it doesn't automatically sync to your workstation. So you're not going to have that automatic task pop up that says, so-and-so placed an order, send them a thank you. But it is easy enough to create those tasks and create what they call systems, that it will, once you say, okay, so-and-so placed an order, it'll automatically start sending you reminders to follow up with them on whatever schedule you designate. I'm not sure it'll let me send you guys my systems. I can show you what my systems look like that I have set up. I don't know if there's a way to like send you a template to them. If there is, I will figure it out. I am actually going to reach out to the creators of Doe and see if there's any way that we might be able to utilize this for Scentsy. In the interim, there is plans for Scentsy Home Office to create a follow-up system that is just Scentsy related. But unfortunately, we don't have the opportunity of time. Okay. Since we've lost Amy, we have seen a significant downturn in the amount of people who are working their business because it's no longer easy to automate, right? So when Amy left, how many of us lost our follow-up system? Me, for sure. I have like had zero follow-up system. So this has kind of helped me reclaim that like drive to have that follow-up system. And if you have not ever heard me say fortune is in the follow-up, y'all, fortune is in the freaking follow-up. If you are not following up with your customers, you are leaving money on the table. You're leaving money on the table. It's as simple as that. Okay, so let's talk about this Doe app. So this is what you'll see when you hop onto your homepage. So this is your homepage. It shows you your tasks that you have due still. I left all of mine up for you guys to see. And it also shows you if you have any completed tasks. There's a little thing like this down here. Let me go back to a day that I had tasks on. Okay, so a day that I had tasks on February 8th, I have it set up to automatically remind me weekly to check for new team members. So I can add them to Project Broadcast, add them to MailChimp, send them a welcome email and a text, okay? But I also had some follow-ups to do yesterday. I had follow-ups due for Scentsy Club orders, and it'll show me the script that I sent out to them if I click this. But I'm gonna walk you through each of those things. So the next little tab you have is your lists, okay? This shows you any specific lists you have. The good part about having lists is I can set it up to just have like all of the directors on the flock on the list. I can set it up to just have all my VIP members on the list. I can have a list set up for whatever I want, people who like Disney stuff. And then I could easily have it all micromanaged down so that it's easy for me to reach out to them for targeted marketing. The next tab is your contacts. It's going to show you how many contacts you have. Keep in mind when looking at my numbers, this has imported all of my Facebook contacts, all of my Instagram contacts, all of my contacts off my phone, and all of my contacts off the workstation. So the numbers are high, right? And it also has all of y'all added in as a contact under downline. So you're all in there. I'm not going to click on somebody's individual contact. Actually, you know what? I will do it for my own name. If I can find myself.
What's the benefit in having absolutely everyone and not just your Scentsy contacts?
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, Abby Cinderella. Okay, so you're looking at my contact tab, right? This is what you'll see when you have a contact. So let's say I have all of my contacts imported, and this wonderful, beautiful creature, Ashley Templin, places a Scentsy order with me, okay? So currently, I don't have any tasks assigned to this contact tab, and I don't have any series attached to this contact tab. Series are your drip campaigns, as you like to call them, or your follow-up schedule is what I call it. So your series are a series of follow-ups to reach out to these people. So this beautiful creature, Ashley Templin, places an order. Okay. I hit add series to their contact tab, and it gives me the options of my different tasks and series. I can either do regular order follow-up, Scentsy Club follow-up, or new team member onboarding. So if they're a new team member who are my frontline, I would click new teamie onboarding. And it would automatically remind me to send them each day specific things to check up on. But I just placed a regular PWS order, so I'm going to click order follow-up. Okay. This is going to tell me that it's got 6 tasks assigned to that series. So it's going to tell me that it's going to have the day that they submit, I add this series as a start date to their contact tab. It's going to remind me to follow up with them because they just placed an order. I wanted to send a thank you immediately. If you like to do yours 2 days later, go for it. If you like to do yours 24 hours later, go for it. Whatever works for you. This is fully customizable pro. Okay. Y'all, this is the biggest pro for me, is that it's fully customizable. That is one thing I absolutely despised about Amy is that I do not like sending the same follow-ups for Scentsy Club customers as I do my regular customer orders, because I don't need to follow up with them in 3 weeks after receiving their Scentsy Club to make sure that they like their fragrances, because they picked their freaking fragrances. I know they like them. Okay. So this being fully customizable was a huge pro for me. So it's also going to remind me a day after I send them that first text thanking them to get their happy mail sent out. Whatever schedule you do happy mail, if you don't do happy mail every day like I do, then whatever schedule works for you. You can also follow up on order receipt. I put that 8 days after the previous task. Follow up on, are they liking their products? Follow up on check supply, and follow up again if they haven't reordered. Cool. So we know what schedule we're going to do. Today's the 10th. So I'm choosing today as my start date, right? Okay. So when I hit done, it adds that series to that contact tab. So now when I go back to my home page, it's going to show me on the 10th, hey, Ashley Templin right here, follow up after an order's been placed. Okay. I'm going to hit this little script button, and I'm going to choose how I want to follow up with them. Here is the benefit to importing your Facebook contacts. Okay. Messenger right there. If your Facebook contacts don't like being texted or don't respond to text messages, which a lot of people don't, you can send them a Facebook message if you import your Facebook contacts. Okay. I prefer to reach out to my customers via Facebook. I like to keep my phone, my personal phone, for personal things. I don't like to follow up with my customers via text. I use a Facebook message. Selfishly, I use a Facebook message so I can see if they read it and didn't respond. Just me. Okay. See if they're ghosting me. But for the sake of this, we're going to select text. Okay. So I'm going to send Ashley Templin a text message. It pops up the script that I'm going to send. It says, hey, Ashley, thanks so much for your order. It should ship within 7 to 10 business days. And I'll follow up with you when you should receive it to make sure it arrived. I'll also put some fun goodies in the mail for you. Thank you for always supporting me, Ashley. Okay. So this script is already pre-created in this. If I need to choose a different script, I've got all of these to work off of. You can create as many scripts as you want. You can create different scripts for different follow-ups. You can create different scripts for targeted marketing, whatever works for you. But this simplifies things. You can even add a photo, which I don't, oh, we're just, yeah. So you can even add a photo if you wanted to. So I'm going to hit the next button. And what's it going to do? Pop open my text messages to send myself a text message. Just like Amy, right? Popped open a text message, script is already in there, and then I just send it. Okay. Once that's done, the one con that is different from Amy, it does not automatically check that for you. You do have to check that, but then it moves it from your to-do tasks to your completed tasks. Same thing with weekly wax report, which hopefully y'all got your weekly wax report, your weekly flock report, whatever you want to call it. And then if I needed to update anything from yesterday. So the one thing that I do like about this, that is a pro, if you don't complete your tasks from yesterday, it just moves them to the next day. Okay, so it just says, hey, you didn't complete your task from yesterday, but it's okay. We get busy. You can set reminders to remind you to do your follow-ups at times that are convenient for you. So if you work night shift and you know you're going to be available when you get off in the morning at 7 in the morning, set your first reminder to 7. You can also set a subsequent reminder for later in the day that says, hey, you still have to-dos to do. I love it when I don't have any to-dos to do, because it sends me a text message that says, hey, there's nothing on your schedule. Enjoy your night with a little wine glass. And I just think it's cute. Like it's adorable. So, but I'll show you if we go forward a little bit tomorrow. So tomorrow it has on my calendar to do happy mail. Okay. So once I've sent the happy mail, I just check that off. Life is good. And then I don't have any tasks set for Sunday. And then it'll keep going. Same on, like, it'll have all of them set on the schedule that you have selected for that script or that system. So let's go back to systems and let's talk about the different things that they have available. So scripts are like your individual messages. These are your individual, I hate that they call them scripts because it sounds really gross and scammy and spammy, but they're your individual messages. They're the pre-created messages that are going to auto-populate when you click on them. My task series, these are your series. So like your follow-up, your normal follow-up system. I have one set for Scentsy Club, and I also have one for onboarding new frontline. Then you also have my repeat tasks. These are things that I have set up to remind me at specific times. So like the first one, top PRV shout out in the flock page. Every first day of the month, it's going to put on the first day of the month. So like if I were to go back to my calendar on the first day of March, if I pull that up, it's going to show I have all of these things to do, right? So those tasks are reoccurring. I can set them to reoccur whenever I need them to. So I have it set up to update contacts in Doe, update the group graphics, all of the leadership things that I do each month are set up on that. Same on the 15th. I also have something set up weekly, like, let's see. The 14th of the month, I sent in warmer of the month reminder. And then the 15th of the month reminds you guys to do anybody who's 500 by the 15th. But I also have it set up for weekly reminders to do, to check in with leaders, check on new team members, so on and so forth. Update the news tab. It just keeps me organized, and it doesn't send you like hourly reminders. It's just once a day in the morning and once at night if you want it to. You can set whenever it responds or whenever you have that set up. The other thing I did like is that they have this automatically shared with you these top scripts and habits, and it has scripts that you can have pre-made and you just kind of fit them to what works for you. A lot of these remind me of gross scammy stuff, so I didn't use them. I created my own. But then there's also task series like 222 follow-up. It has the tasks already created, customer order follow-up, new customer onboarding, new team member onboarding, so on and so forth. And then it has repeat tasks that you can set up. It does automatically set up for you check in with 3 people from your Facebook. If you upload your Facebook people, I turned that off. I don't like randomly messaging people on Facebook, just being like, hey, how are you today? That to me is just cold messaging and gross. I don't like it, so I turned it off. That's how you run your business, that's on you, but that's not how I run my business. I know a lot of the questions are going to be, I'm going to stop screen recording so you guys can see my beautiful face. Let's see, how do I get back to, there we go. Now you guys can see me on dual screens. Okay, so I am going to end. I don't know that I can end that. Can I reclaim host? You are the host now. I am your captain now.
You're muted, Ashley.
Hi, can y'all hear me now? Okay, I'm unmuted. So I know you guys are gonna have questions. And the first question for that is going to be, how much does it cost, right? Everybody's itching for that. How much does it cost? So Amy was $7.99 a month. For anybody who paid for the premium, which if you didn't pay for the premium, Doe is great because it doesn't sync to your workstation. So Amy was $7.99 a month, or you could pay for it yearly. Doe is free for the first 50 completed tasks a month. So I will preface this by saying, if you have a lot of PWS order follow-up, or have more, I would say if you have more than 10 PWS orders that you follow up with a month, pay for Doe. Pay for the follow-up system. It's $15.99 a month. I know that that sounds like a lot, but I feel like it's going to be a beneficial business expense versus one that I'm just like, oh, you're just spending money just to spend money. Okay. It's the same cost as your website. Well, your website's actually $1 cheaper. But it is going to make a significant difference in your follow-up systems. You can cancel for free at any time. If you find it's not working for you, you can go back to the free plan. And you can, I'm still on the free plan now. It's probably going to ask me to upgrade at some point here shortly. But I was telling Fearby earlier, I'm cutting some expenses. I cut Zoom. I only have Zoom until like March 1st or February 25th or something. But figure out if it's going to be beneficial for you before you start paying for it. Hit that limit before you get to a point where you're like, okay, I have to start paying for it. Figure out if you're at that limit, because you may be able to stay on the free plan. The only real big difference with the free plan is they limit completed tasks at 50 a month. So like if you're only following up with your customers 5 times a month, that's 10 PWS orders. If you're only doing it 2 times a month, that's 25 PWS orders. Like you may not hit that limit. But if you do, weigh up the pros and cons of whether it's going to be beneficial for you, whether it's going to be a necessary expense. For me, until Scentsy comes out with their own system, this is a beneficial expense, because I have found that especially after moving, my follow-up game is absolute garbaggio. And this reminds me every day to sit down and work my business. And even if you find that there are certain things that you struggle with, I like being able to add in those specific tasks to go back and look at. So like if you find that you struggle checking your workstation, make it a task that it reminds you 3 times a week to check your workstation, or even just on Thursdays, because you know that new stuff is going to be normally announced on Thursdays. Or if you struggle with posting on social media and need a reminder to post on social media, put a reminder in there to post on social media, and then tailor it to what you like. That's the biggest thing for me, is that it's completely customizable. I will let you know that I am going to be emailing the creators of Doe and see if we can't possibly create some sort of partnership, even if just a discount code for Scentsy consultants. I know that they do partner with other direct sales companies. Scout and Cellar is one of them. They're a wine direct sales company. They partner with Monat or Monet, however you pronounce it, the hair care stuff that makes everybody's hair fall out. So they do partner with direct sales companies. I don't know how long it's going to take for Scentsy to create a follow-up system, or if they're going to mirror what Amy had available, or what their customer relationship management system is going to be. So I can't speak on that. All I can do is tell you what's available here and now. I'd like to say that Scentsy sooner rather than later is going to have a customer relationship management system, because they saw how much we benefited from having Amy. But I also don't have any more information than telling you guys we've been told it's coming at some point. So does anybody have any burning questions? I couldn't read chat. Can you have a text from a project broadcast number? It's not set up to text from a project broadcast number. It uses your personal number. I have not done any digging to see whether or not you can change that number. Since it's on an app on your phone, I would assume it just pulls up from your messages, but you could have it message on Facebook Messenger if you don't want people to have your personal number. I don't know if there's a way to change that. So that's definitely something to look into. Most of my customers have my personal number anyways. I don't really care. But I'm hoping that it will eliminate Project Broadcast because I pay $25 a month for Project Broadcast. And there is the option to batch text on here, but I have not used it yet. So beware, I may be sending out some batch text to try to figure it out. And if you get it, I'll start small with just the directors. If you guys get a group message from me, I apologize in advance. But if you get individual messages, golden, we're great. I can delete Project Broadcast and move on with my life. Maybe, Fearby. Do you have an Android, Fearby? No, you have an iPhone? Interesting. I don't know. And try it. Lanfear said she's been using Project Broadcast number as a business number and sending monthly text to customers and such. So I have been using for customers and team, but I really like this. Yeah. So I just found that I was blowing through my my credits on Project Broadcast. So I stopped using it a lot and started using it just for super important stuff like flash sales and stuff like that. But I'm now sitting at like 2,000 credits on Project Broadcast just because I haven't used it. So I need to use up my credits for sure. But I'm looking at, I need to dive in and see if this will allow you to mass text people. Because if I could just select my customers and send out a message like about flash sales or sales and things like that, or like upcoming new releases, God, it would save so much time versus having 2 apps that I pay for. I'm going to test it with my Project Broadcast number and business email. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, I'll resend it. There you go. So Holly's going to test it for us to see whether or not it works with the Project Broadcast number. Fearby, if you want to test it, sending me a text, just add my contact in there and send me a text. You're welcome to do that. And then just report back to me and we'll go from there. We'll kind of like beta test this. I'm hoping that this works out really well to help people who need that extra motivation to remind them to follow up. Because those of us who are here know follow-up is a big freaking deal. Cinderella will tell you she didn't do follow-up for the longest time. And the first time she did, she got like what, like a $200 order or some craziness.
Yeah, it was excessive, like 200, 240, something like that. It was a lot. And I've been like sucking it up on my business lately. So no, it says I'm unmuted.
You're pulling a me. Just use the chat.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
It literally said I was unmuted on my end. No, it was like 240 or something. And
okay,
I need
well,
to
anyways,
doing it again.
Because Abby is muted and we still can't hear you. Nope, still muted. Can't hear you. I was gonna say just use the chat. It legit says I'm unmuted. Yeah, it does say you're unmuted. But I can't hear you. My follow-up is crap. Oh, I couldn't hear Abby. You could hear her? Oh, you want to know why I couldn't hear her? Because I turned my sound all the way down.
So everybody else is listening to my frustration and I just keep repeating myself because you can't hear.
This is the type of day it's been. Okay, Abby, so tell us. Yes.
I don't even remember what I was saying. I think my random follow-up was like 240 and I was just saying like, I don't know, with my new job and my kids, I've just been like letting everything fall off because when I was super busy like this, Amy was easy to just log in and like send a couple messages and I just have been letting everything fall by the wayside. So I've got to like, Amy was a huge thing for me.
It was a huge punch in the gut when we lost Amy.
Yeah. So this hopefully will get me back on track because I'm like trying to go by memory because I'm like on the go.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I tried paper system. I tried the binder system. I tried Using my digital planner, I tried all of it and I could not find anything that stuck as well as Amy did. Amy worked so well for just automating. Like, we're all on the go. We need it on our phones. We need it in front of our faces to remind us. And I know if Carly were here, she would tell you she doesn't like Amy, didn't use Amy because it stressed her out to see so many to-dos. That's one of the things I like about this app is that it does not send you a message in the morning that says you have so many to-dos to do. It says, hey, you've got things on your to-do list. Would you like to check them out? Click here. It doesn't say you have 100 things on your list to do today, because that's stressful.
That is stressful.
So yeah, so if anybody's willing to give it a shot, give it a shot. Report back in the group if you find that it's working for you. Shoot a post in the flock page. I'd love to hear if it's working for you. Fearby, I look forward to hearing if you can use a project broadcast number, and I know Lampier probably does too, because I think she'd like to keep everything the same way as it's been. So yeah, and it's nice to be able to have everything kind of in one spot. Like you said, you can combine business tasks and personal tasks. I need to set reminders to eat. I've lost 8.5 pounds since we moved here. And I think it's just because I keep forgetting to eat. So I'm gonna stop recording now.